Streaming live. Wild style.
Alright, Weird Wild West! Alright, so I want to welcome everybody to the pits of hell, where our heroes ventured into the beyond, finding a fiery pit with a strange ghoul cradling a baby. Joseph parachuted down into the pit and found himself face to face with an undead shaman next to a bluish portal. Our other heroes made their way to the bottom after activating the power levers at the top. They found dozens of children huddled at the bottom of the pit, under the protection of a Native American shaman that they was once referred to as the Chief of Smoke. And the children and everyone except for the shaman seemed engulfed with fear. As the shaman held back the lava monsters, our heroes ducked through the portal. On the far side, our heroes found themselves in a shrine to Saint Nefi, highlighted by a statue wrapped in eldritch power. Bonton discovered the Starlit Cemetery, where the runes said, "Heroes may enter, but none may leave." When Bonton attempted to enter the Starlit Cemetery, he bounced off, like he did outside the church in Gunnison. As Bear wandered into a hive of fire methods, he was rescued by Milo's Dreamwater, and the statue spoke to Milo, testing his faith and giving him a vision of stepping into the Starlit Cemetery and off the edge of an abyss. Bonton approached the skull of an imprisoned demon god named Pazos, found that it was trapped by runes at its base, activated Anquan Rahab to rewrite the runes and free the demigod. This freed Pazos, who rose to his full height. Now Bonton, Elsie, and Joseph are standing at the feet of the skeletal demon, whose tower is over 30 feet tall.
Bonton, I think that I'm going to count that as a DM intervention when your rune scratching activated this beast. So you can go ahead and take an XP there and hand one out to somebody.
You're like a demonic DJ, rune scratcher. Yeah. Wiki.
Let's see. Who was there? Who tried to help Bear? I think got affected by it. So I'll throw one to him.
What do you mean affected? Like how he ran away so fast?
Like he tried to intervene, but was convinced that it was controlling him. Yeah.
Bear was the reason that Punch-Con got all up close thing to begin with. If you recall.
All right. I want to start today by rolling.
Did we get XP for last time? I didn't report anything.
I want to start today by rolling initiative.
I want to start today by getting XP from last adventure.
Oh, did we not give out? I think we had like one for everyone, or maybe I don't remember.
I don't know.
I didn't record anything. That's why.
Oh, you didn't? Nobody recorded anything?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I thought we were kind of like still in the midst of something. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then let's go with none, and let's everybody roll initiative and see what happens.
Let's go with none. Booyah, Joseph! Doing exactly what he planned to do. It's a natural 3.
Yeah! There we go, that one.
May this be a swift death to us all.
Pazos got a 0.
No, hold on. Pazos.
No, that's a 0.
That's also not correct.
Oh my god.
He's a level 80.
He's a level 8.
That's his automatic. That's just what he gets.
He gets an 80.
Yeah.
Can I retcon one thing from last game before we start?
Yes, you can.
While I was running over here to this circle, I wanted to shout out, "Bear, come here real quick," and I pull out that little deed that makes me the VP of Citibank. I'm just waving that in the air.
I will come and take it, as they say.
All right, good. It is now yours. If something happens to me, you are the VP.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go back and hide behind the statue. Right where I was.
Wow, we got some shit initiative, guys.
That is a real good initiative, boys. You were real close. Real close. real close. Almost got him.
Yeah, we didn't want to go first. We wanted to let Pazos kind of, show us all of his cards first.
Right. We're going to put our cards on our table here real quick.
Yeah, our strategy was to piss our pants and cower in fear.
Piss our pants and hide, please. I'll take piss our pants and hide for 200. Okay.
We're just gentlemen. We're going to let him go first.
All right. Greg, can you please not hit Daddy's mic? Thank you.
For some
Okay.
reason, Gabe, I don't have your camera. It's just a pattern. Oh, there we go. Nice.
All right, I updated. Okay. So, let's start with initiative 8. Does somebody want to roll me a d6? Greg, no, you can't move that. You can't
Yeah,
move
I'll
that.
roll a
buddy.
d6. I don't know what for, but I'm rolling it.
All right.
Boom.
What do we get?
3.
You watch Joseph as 3 skeletons begin emerging from the ground at your feet.
Nice. And I lost
the-
visual on your camera again.
Really? Can you rest of you see me?
Me too.
Oh, you lost me? All right.
There you go.
I don't know what's happening.
There we go. It's back.
I don't know, dude. You've always looked perfect to me.
All right. Well, I try to look perfect for
Oh.
my number 1 man over there. Okay, so
Gorgeous.
So 1d6 skeletons raised from the ground. The 3 skeletons attack you. So those are speed defense DL3, Joseph, as all of them wield knuckles in your direction.
They wield what?
They bony knuckles.
Oh no. Okay, like fists. All right, I'm with
Yep.
you. All right. Just looking over. Oh yeah. I'm pretty much out of recovery rolls at this point. So I'm not gonna use any effort on these guys. I'm just gonna hope that I dodge all of these. What's the DL?
The DL on these are 3.
Okay,
That's
that's
a make.
success because I am trained in speed defense. Right? Yeah, that's a 3.
That is not a make.
And that's not a 3. And that is not. Jesus Christ! Like some
All right.
horrible rolls.
So the skeletons rise up from the ground, and as they do, their fists form, and 2 of them slam against either side of your head, bashing your head back and forth. Each does 3 points of might damage.
Okay, well, I soak all of that with my armor.
Okay. You're slammed about a bit, and the rest of you watch as skeletons rise from the floor. And it looks like initiative 5 is also going to happen. Well, before that, though, you watch as a huge fiery whip begins to emerge from his hands, or from his right hand. Which, as his hand reaches back, the whip sort of extends out, and there's a loud crack behind him. As he whips it back and cracks it again, he slams the whip into the statue before him. The statue is wrapped with both the energy from its own eldritch electrical fields, but also this fiery whip. And you watch as parts of the statue begin to break off immediately, including one of the wings cracks, and flakes of stone begin flying throughout the room. Okay, that takes us to initiative 5. On initiative 5, Pazos raises his offhand, the one not wielding the whip, and as he raises it, and he begins to pull downward from the sky, as hellfire, which appears to be lava that rains like a hailstorm, begins to splatter around you and throughout the entire temple, and everyone needs speed defense rolls, DC 8.
Oh God. This is versus lava, right?
Oh yeah.
I will use effort.
I'm gonna have to as well, so
But even if we use 2 effort, that's still like not enough.
I'm gonna add 2 to whatever I roll here.
Versus lava.
Not
How much
even
damage
close.
does lava do? Does anyone know?
We're about to find out.
Yeah, we are. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so those are fails, Bonton, Milo.
Alright, I'm gonna use 3 effort. Jesus. Okay, I succeed.
and I are getting hit by this dude from behind the
Oh yeah,
statue.
everyone, Isaac. It's the entire temple.
Oh my God, they use so much of my speed pool though to use 3
All
effort.
right.
Like I'm.
Bonton, Milo, Bear, each of you take 8 points of damage. Joseph, you're standing right next to Elsie, and you're watching as this hailstorm of droplets of lava are splashing on you or around you, but they seem to pass through Elsie
Ooh.
as though she's incorporeal. You are dodging the droplets with the ninja with the ninja-like speed, and you take only 2 points of my damage.
Well, I used 6 points of effort to dodge.
That'll be speed, though. It'll be speed.
That was fruitless. Oh man.
Well, you made it. I'll give you 0. I'll give you
Okay.
0 since it's so hard to make anyway.
Awesome.
All right, so at the okay, now it is all of you guys' turns.
Hmm.
Joseph and Bonton are first.
I will strike Pazos with my sword. Duh.
Are you sure you
Yeah.
don't want to just get the hell out of here? Because
All right, but where is the hell out of here? How do we
There-
get? That's a great question, right?
there is that portal right there.
What, the
And
one I'm
your
standing
character-
on?
The portal is not currently active.
Also remember this, Joseph. You can cut portals using your sword.
Correct.
So if you just want to get everyone out of here, like cut open a hole and everyone pile through,
All
I'm
right.
gonna use some of this lava to light this box and then run to the field of stars.
All right. I stab my my two-handed sword into the ground and try to slice open a right, because the portal was on the ground. I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, and try to slice open a gateway back to where we came from.
As your sword sort of bumps against the stone floor, you notice 2 things. First, the stone itself is melting, and the floor is softening as the lava beneath it is beginning to penetrate some sort of barrier that was holding it off. And 2, the portal isn't a place where the wall here is thin. The portal is a specially designed place to take you to one specific point in another place, and that requires an opening ritual or stimulus that is not the same as where the barrier is thin and your sword can cut through.
All right. Is that
So
my
your sword
round?
does not pierce the floor.
Is that my
So we
round?
would-
You may move.
I look around. Is the veil thin over here
Where's over here?
at that cobweb pyramid or archway?
Okay, roll a lore check.
Well,
Well,
you
the
know, I
one
got
that
that one
dagger?
dagger that just lets me see thin areas of where the veil's thin.
There is a very, very thin point in the veil just at the edge of the cemetery.
Okay, over here.
It's the only thin point of the veil that you see.
I grab Elsie by the hand and start running that direction.
As you do, you grab her hand, but you just sort of pass through her. You are unable to physically grab her.
All right. Yeah, that just
And
makes
something about her, something about her looks at peace as she stands in the center of the ritual circle.
all right. Well, she's fine. Obviously, she knows what's going on. She's like incorporeal.
Okay, that's Joseph's turn. Bonton.
So I was trying to ride his horn up as he was standing up. So my
Let's roll a speed check to see if you can do that. Acrobatics if you have it. Oh yeah, you're sitting pretty on his horn as he rises above the ground at 35 feet.
So I'm right next to his face, and I want to speak to him.
Okay, you can hear inside. You can hear Anqua, Rahab, and Malefique. All of them are like this sort of giddy schoolgirl uptake of breath kind of feel as you guys rise, and his eyes and the eyes of the demon light.
Great Dark One, Pezos. We are not your enemies. Please do not kill us.
Stand with me, brother.
I am here. I've raised you up.
His red eyes, they look through you, past you, to the statue behind, where his whip has cracked and slammed into the statue, ripping stone out of the wing and out of the back of the creature. There's a moment, however, when they sort of turn and the whole head sort of turns to lock upon you, and you feel this is your moment to speak.
Please help me to understand why we are at war with Saint Nephi. I assume that Saint Nephi was a prophet or an idol to the demons.
Demons worship only power. Nephi conquered all of our demigods, including myself. That is why she is worshipped. But now, she is weakened. We strike. He raises his whipped, entangled fist to the air, and brings it back again with a resounding crack.
Oh, this is not the way. With raw power like this, you are going to get dropped again.
She is weak now. She is not even here. This reflection of her power controls nothing.
Bazos, you are of weak mind. You do not know when to strike. And I'll jump onto the top of his head and sink my daggers down into him.
Okay. First thing, are you actually trying to convince him?
Yes, but I
Okay,
feel
then
like...
let's roll a persuasion check. It'll be a DL8.
Oh, okay. Persuasion. Let's put some effort into this. Ooh,
What? Is that like a 19?
How the hell?
it was a 19 with 3 points. Yes.
Okay. The whip cracks
What is your
behind
extremely
him.
major minor effect?
Yeah, so his whip cracks behind him and then sort of droops and falls to the ground in a sparkling display of fire. And he says, "Master of demons, speak your wisdom." That wasn't in his voice.
Great Pazos, if you attack now, you bring many eyes upon you. You need to find more subtle ways of conquering Saint Nephi. You have many demons against you. They see Saint Nephi as a savior, and you are going to come in and try and take over maliciously. It's not the way. You need to find another way to gain favor with the demons.
Power is their only currency. And if I defeat Nephi, I hold that power.
He still seems engaged, but he has his own perspective. You have a retort to that, Bonton? You can have another sassy remark if you'd like.
No, just I will show you that power is not always just brute force. There is power in other ways.
Okay, that'll be your turn. He certainly does not attack you. And it is now Milo's turn.
Okay.
Milo, I'm going to do a little bit of a cutscene here for you for just a second.
Okay, for sure.
As you see this demon rise behind the representation of Saint Nephi, as you watch the fire begin to rain down around you, as you are literally in the depths of hell, under the auspices of one of its most malevolent creatures, your life flashes before your eyes, and you find yourself adrift once again in a dream world. But unlike most of the times when you visit this dream world in a state of worry, concern, or even just outright fear, this time a godly calm seeps over you. You smell the sweet whiff of cherry blossoms that register that memory, that scent that brings you into your mental space that you've had in that church in Gunniston so many times. And as you open your eyes, you see Amos as a spectral form before you. And his voice is distant, but it calls to you with purpose, and it says, "Now is the moment. The saint calls for your aid. Go. You will never be forgotten." You watch as his sort of spectral form reaches for your hand.
I reach out.
Your hand meets his, and he sort of pulls you along, and you see as you're sailing forward towards an infinite sky of stars.
Yeah, nah. I think I know what I need to do. All right, I'm gonna burn an XP and say like one of those flaming lava drops landed in the open box and lit the stuff on fire.
Okay, so you got your little smoking crate on fire. Okay, where I'm gonna say that happened right here at the feet of this statue. Bear, you're gonna need to make an intellect defense check.
Well, I'm not done. Let me finish.
Okay,
my
yeah,
turn.
that's fine.
I wanted to grab a relic, a remnant of the statue Nafi here that broke off whenever the demon hit it with its whip.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably something that seems to be like still be crackling with a little bit of energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm grabbing it, and I am bolting it over here towards the graveyard.
Okay, Bear, you watch as a droplet of lava falls and burns through the top of the cask on Milo's belt, and then the smoke, that infernal fear-inducing haze, begins to waft out of it. You need to roll an intellect defense check, Bear, as Milo seems caught up in the smoke and begins running. That is a make. But just barely, as you begin to see images of Joseph and Bonton and others becoming the monsters that lurk within them. But you're able to shake it off as Milo disappears out of your range in a full headlong sprint towards the graveyard. And Bear, it is your turn.
I think I'm gonna get out my. You remember that lava spike trap, the advanced trap I have?
Yes.
Cypher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what level it is. I don't think I ever wrote that down.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to move up towards Elsie on the circle.
Okay.
Non-threateningly, just kind of sauntering.
You see Elsie floating there, just sort of the lava droplets that are falling from the sky are just passing through her. Her face is a serene calm, and her eyes turn as Milo begins to approach the edge of the cemetery. Her eyes turn to him. Okay, that's Bear's turn. I think it's Pazos. 1 second, Milo. You're going to enter next round.
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, Milo passes into the starlit cemetery, and all of you watch as his body just begins to dissipate, like melt, but in a way that does not suggest water. Instead, it suggests it just dematerializes gently into the star. And it is now Pazos' turn. He turns to you, Bonton, with his crackling whip behind him, his eyes full of anger and fury, focused on the now crumbling statue in front of him. And he says,
Prove yourself. Stand with me, and you shall rule the level of hell.
Do you want me to respond?
yeah, I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, but that is to you, Bonton.
Pazos, I have tried to negotiate with you, and it is clear that that is not the way that you work. So I will act in aggression, and you will see that I had the power to raise you. We have the power to put you back down.
Are you trying to scare him?
That's right. Intimidation check.
Intimidation? I mean, anything's possible since you can't roll less than an 8.
Do I have any skills in intimidation? No.
Bam. That's an 8 if you kind of draw on a little extra.
It's an 8 if you fill in the side.
That's right.
Do the old report card chain. Really box the A.
Roll a speed defense roll as he heaves his head to toss you into the lava. Yeah, you're hurtling downwards here towards the edge of this lava. When you're mid-air, you can. He's going to bring his whip to bear once more on the statue. I'm gonna roll an attack here. Oh yeah, criticals. So the
Difficulty level 19. He rolled 1,000,000.
you watch as his whip hits the back of the statue and splits it in half, and the stones begin crumbling to either side as the whip cracks again, bringing the two sides of the statue crumbling down, and the eldritch powers at its base hissing and retreating back into themselves. Before he turns his eyes to you, Bonton, and says,
No one says no to Pazos.
he seems to be interested in attacking you next. Joseph, it is your turn.
All right, so Bonton is mid-air and falling into the pool of lava. Is this correct?
Yep, he's falling in this neighborhood right here.
I am going to use my telekinesis to try to catch him, pull him back over the land.
Okay, that's actually pretty easily doable for you.
Okay.
You sort of guide his fall to off the edge of the lava. Bonton, you are sort of hurtling gracefully towards the lava, and then you just sort of got sidetracked and eased to the edge as you see Joseph raising his hand and dragging you towards him. I mean, you may have had your own techniques to fix that, but it is now your turn. Well, unless you want to move, Joseph.
Fuck, man. So the only thinness in the veil is over here, or right where Milo is, right? This is where
Yes, but something about Elsie is telling you that's not where she's going.
So I move back here where Elsie is.
Okay.
She's got a plan with this here portal, I think.
Okay. Well, that is going to put you between Pazos and Bonton.
I see that. What if I were just right here?
Sidestep a little.
Okay, fair enough.
That help me at all?
We'll see. That's going to move us to. I guess, Bonton.
Yeah, so does anybody have a level 8 Cypher by chance?
I do. Or no, I have a level 7 Cypher.
Yeah, I had Stacy's frog, but we burned that a long time ago.
Yes, I do.
What?
I have a level 8 trigger cipher. I have a level 8 cipher.
May I have it?
It's only a trigger cipher, though.
I'm going to use it in the
Absolutely.
Cypher thingamabob.
The Cypher sucker?
Yeah.
The
What are you
recycler.
Yeah, the recycler. That's exactly what it's called. What's your plan, Bonton?
So here we go. Oh, cool. Okay, I need to heal him. So if I could use that level 8 recycler thing on my copper coin, there's a chance we could kill this dude.
Okay.
Well, remember, we kind of ruled that whatever level of the Cypher you can recharge is limited by what the level of the recycler is, which is like 6 or 7.
It's 7, but I thought it was the level of the cipher that we were using.
That's what I thought it was originally, but I'm pretty sure in a previous game, Gabe ruled it was limited by the power of the recycler or something like that. I don't know. Gabe, am I wrong?
That's what I ruled, but I'm flexible on this. One thing I'd like to say is, Bear, I think that one that you have is a D6 plus 3, so you can roll that real quick. I think on either a 5 or a 6, you would get a level 8 Cypher. That Cypher you have? That abeyance trap?
I rolled it already. It was a D6 plus 2. I rolled it as the 6.
Okay, so that's a 6. That's not good enough. You guys get the sense
No,
this thing is
no.
beyond your level.
No, the trigger thing he has.
He rolled a 6 plus 2 makes it an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, it may be high enough level.
And what does this coin do again, Bonton?
The weapon. So if I attach it to my weapon, the weapon hits a creature equal to or greater than the cipher level, the weapon wielder can make a second attack roll. If the second attack is a success, target is slain outright.
Really?
So if I can get your level 8 cipher, power up the coin, and use it, that's a chance.
All right.
That would be quite a rush job here
That's-
in this particular situation.
Anyway, let me get my health back because I just rolled.
Well, the
you
next
can just-
person after you're done, Bonton, is Milo.
You're welcome to the tiny metal scroll case if you want it. I don't care. I throw it to you.
Okay, so I'll take that from Bear and use the recycler to level up the coin to level 8.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna make that an intellect check. Use cipher check.
Okay. Let's see. Trying to see if I have anything.
Okay.
Can I use an XP to say that it's a success?
Yes, you can, and you can describe the success.
So I take the trigger, and somehow it I don't know, it feels natural that I'd used it a couple times before. I kind of got the feel of the machine and put the coin into it and turned it on.
So you put the coin into the little fluid cylinder of the machine, and it sort of liquefies it, and then begins pumping it. And what are we pumping into?
So we used the level 8 trigger that Bear had. It was a Cypher trigger. So we're using that to power up
Yeah,
the coin.
this tiny metal scroll case.
Okay, so we're upgrading the coin essentially. Okay, so it liquefies the scroll case. Then one of the sort of attachments, the little tubular attachment with metal hose, sort of bites onto the coin and infuses it with a new power. But that is going to be your round. Okay, so that is a success, and you can describe how that works also next round. Okay. Milo, you step into the abyss of stars, guided by Amos' his spectral form himself, and as you do, all of your fears, all of the things that have driven you to the edge of the abyss so many times in your dreams, all of those fears come rushing over you. Roll an intellect defense check.
Oh, hold on. God damn it.
This might be the one to make.
I'm sorry, my character sheet
I
is
had
not
to
wanting
guess.
to
I
respond.
said
Give me a second here.
No worries.
Okay. Intellect defense check, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What level?
Let's go ahead and see what you get.
Okay. I will spend a level of effort on this, since I am at death's door anyway. I'll add 1 to whatever I roll here.
Ooh.
Okay. So what happened there? You rolled twice?
No, I only hit it once. I don't know what the hell happened.
We're taking the critical hit. All right. So the as you step over the edge of the edge of this pit of stars that just opens before you, and the stars give way to ultimate blackness, and you see no top and no bottom, only endless darkness. It's a separate realm as behind you the stars fade, and you feel a pressure as this place is a place of punishment, where creatures are banished by the forces of heaven and hell, are sent to forever repay their sins in isolation. And you sense as the smoke of this cask of this sacred mushroom washes over you, you hear the fears that come before the Niroleth. You feel its aura wash over you. You know that it is bound to this place, and in your sort of state of psychological turmoil, you feel it being drawn to you. You feel a psychic link with this creature the size of a city, and it appears all around you with waving snake-like tentacles in a rush of water that washes over you just sort of washing over you with the cold sweat, and you are this unnatural frenzy of fear just sort of crushes your soul. But with your roll, you can choose from. I'm not going to make you, as your major effect, I'm not going to make you roll the d6 to see what happens here. I'm going to let you choose one of the events, okay?
All right,
as your
give me
major
the list,
effect.
man.
I'm pretty sure you won't choose this one. Lose yourself, succumb to your worst fears, die an ignoble death. I'm gonna put that one as no. Panic. Your creeping chills seize your body, freezing you in fear. The chill, as the chills wash over you, you know that it is this fear that calls to the Niroleth, that beckons it here, and this panic is part of what is calling to it. So that's one option. Manifest is another option. You bring to life those things that you most fear. In other words, you actually manifest all of those things which you most fear. You feel like that will put you in a bubble where you are in the same sort of space that all of the rest of these creatures are. All of those poor children, the shaman, all of them are just sort of buried in their own. All those ghouls are just sort of buried in their own world of fear, where their own worst fears manifest. Okay, so that's another option.
Okay.
And the last option is embrace fate, where you make peace with your demise. In other words, what this means is that you become one with the fear. You choose to step into that place from which the Niroleth consumes its victims, that place of ultimate fear, that place where nothing else matters. And you embrace your fate and step into that moment, and who knows what happens from there.
I want to choose another option.
Okay.
With my natural 20.
Okay.
I accept that the fear is a part of me, but it is not my master. I am its master, and thus the master of that demon. And I essentially ride it like a bronco in the abyss forever.
Okay, you feel the creature sort of strap itself around you, drawing you into an endless just whirlwind of darkness. And since falling and sort of infinite space is your ultimate fear, it seems to you in this place where you're being crushed by all of its arms, it seems like all of that pressure and all of that sort of physical pain melts away, and instead you're left in this emptiness with calm, and the Niroleth it no longer affects you, as you just linger here in this prison.
Where I
Okay.
feel it's present always, but it's never really affecting me.
It's not in your mind. It's not controlling you.
Dope. I can dig that.
Okay, it is now Bear's turn. You just watched Milo completely disappear into the abyss of stars.
Did they see that that Leviathan follow me?
No,
Okay.
it didn't come through here. Bear. By the way, Bear, something about this is hitting you as significant. Milo just stepped somewhere you're quite certain you don't feel him anymore. You don't smell him. He's not there.
But I heard, right, remind me, last adventure, when the instructions were given, he relayed the instructions or something similar
He
to
did
the
say
rest of us,
something.
right?
He did say something about he needs to draw the creature somewhere. But you probably don't. Your bear probably has no real understanding of what just happened.
Okay. But he lit the box. I smelled it. He ran over there. I have to think that he was doing what we thought he would be doing. I don't know. Bear's still super afraid of this demon thing. The party seems segmented. Highly confident that Bonton's going to go on a suicide mission here shortly, which doesn't rub Bear too far the wrong way. I mean, Bonton's suicide is probably net positive for the party, but really want to know what Elsie is doing, and want to stay close to Elsie because Elsie's the ticket out for sure.
Did you guys lose Bear?
I did.
Okay.
Shit.
Isaac, we lost you there.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yeah, you're back. You're back. We lost you though for last 30 seconds.
That's all right. I've been talking to myself. Really want to know how and what Elsie is doing, though. Gonna stay close to her. Might, I don't know. I don't know that anything I can do to the demon would be of any particular annoyance. I think I'm gonna try to throw my advanced bear trap at it, made of dried lava spikes.
Okay. You're going to throw a bear trap at it.
Yep.
Okay.
This is a level 8
let
bear
that
trap?
be a speed trap roll. I guess survival check.
Speed survival check. Oh,
Was this meant for a 40-foot tall bear?
No,
He-
it is not.
He
No,
said it was an
no.
advanced bear trap.
and I don't know what level it is either.
That's what I was saying, Isaac. I was saying you could roll a d6 and add 3, and that'd be its level.
Oh, the bear trap. Oh, great. I'll do that. Here's a 6.
Why not? Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That's not a 6.
It may be of any use.
If you on a DL8 successful speed survival check, you may be able to slow it down.
Just roll a natural 20. We'll be good.
I'm never gonna make it. Never gonna make it. Really. Okay. Well, what else can I do?
Throw the bear trap at it.
Don't have any other. I'll throw the bear trap.
I think that's what your declared
I'll throw
action.
the bear
Do it.
trap, and I will use. All right, fine. Fucking use 3 effort.
Okay.
Which
Brings it down to a 15.
does 15, and I'm trained, so that's 12.
Okay.
All right.
Here it goes.
Nope.
I'm gonna use an XP and reroll. Can I
Okay.
use an XP and reroll that?
Yes, you can.
Boom!
What?
Natural 20. Told you.
There you go.
You guys all watch as Bear takes a trap, a very large trap, out of his thing, and he begins fiddling with it, and then he slides it across the very smooth stone of the portal right under Elsie, and it sort of slides to a stop at the feet of Pazos as he steps forward to pull back his whip. His foot steps in the trap and snaps. The trap just snaps and crushes onto it with fracturing bone fragments flying everywhere. And he tries to lift his foot, and it sort of clangs down to the ground a few times. And he curses loudly.
This shall not stand!
He cannot stand because his foot's in the trap.
You shall not move.
It shall not stand. Okay, so in that case, that is Bear's turn, and it is now Pazos.
Pazos.
All right, so he's super pissed at 2 people. One is Bonton, and one is Bear. Okay, Bonton, DL 8 speed defense roll as he attempts to attack you with his whip of fire.
You got this. It's no big deal.
Let's see. I'm specialized in speed defense, and I'm going to use 2 points of effort here. So it's 5, 6. Okay, so there is going to be 2 additional levels on top of whatever I roll here.
Ooh,
7.
so
God damn.
close. But the whip of fire just catches you, and it sort of magically wraps itself around one of your legs and rips you sideways, hurtling you to the ground with a spin. And you take 1 second. You take 8 points of might damage. As your leg is wrenched from its hinges, and the fire of the whip singes the flesh around your thigh. And also, anyone want to roll a d6?
Oh, I love rolling d6s. Boom. 2.
All right, 5 skeletons attack you, Joseph.
5? Where'd you get that?
Well, that's 3 from last round and 2 from this round.
Okay. 1. Oh, that's not a very
I
good
forgot
speed
about
roll.
those guys.
That's good enough. That one's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. For my partial,
All right, so you just missed 1, or
going up.
one of them hit you.
for my minor effect,
Yeah.
I would like to kind of like scuttle around and get close to Bonton so that way I can, because that coin thing of his, right? He's got that coin thing.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to use that next round.
So as you scuttle around, these slow ass skeletons are swinging their knuckles at you. One of them does manage to connect for 3 points of might damage, brutally smacking you. But it seems to do a lot of damage to the bones of the wrist as well. And as you guys are all standing there, everybody can roll a d4 as the lava begins to boil through the floor.
Ooh, what's that? What's
This
one?
is how much might damage you take as the lava boils through the floor.
Okay.
Bear, you get a 4. Looks like Joseph gets 1, Bonton gets 1. Milo is not there.
Is
As the
lava
fire
damage
burns
negated
through
by
the
armor?
floor, it is now your turn, Joseph, if you're watching the floor disintegrate beneath you.
Okay.
You better hope Sarah gets here sooner or later.
How does this cipher work, Bonton?
So you have to be able to make a successful attack on them, and then if you do make a successful attack, you get to make a second attack, and that's got to be successful as well.
Okay, but do I have to use the coin to do so, or can I use my dirk?
Well, you attach the coin to a weapon, and then that weapon is what you attack with.
Okay, so I attach the coin to the hilt of my dirk.
It just sort of
Hold on.
seals
What's your
itself on
chances
there
to
with a
hit?
divine energy.
Well, I'm specialized in it.
Okay, so do you have a +9 to attack with your weapon?
I get a +6 for being specialized.
Okay.
And then it is... Oh no, because specialized in a weapon... So
it's a small weapon.
He's demon.
yeah, it's a small weapon, so it's an extra D plus 3. So yeah, it's a +9 without effort, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
All right. So the coin, as you press it to the blade of the dirk, sort of a divine force just fuses it into the metal of the dirk.
Right. And I just leap through the air over here towards Pathos. I guess he's close, right? Am I close enough to hit him?
Yep, you are.
All right,
He's
and I
very right.
stab him with this dagger.
All right. Let's see that attack roll.
Now I've got to make 2 attack rolls, and I can use a maximum of 3 effort
Use
per
all the
round,
effort you possibly can.
right?
can he have an asset since he is immobilized?
Oh,
Ooh.
can I attack the
yeah,
leg
he's
with the
kind of
trap
pinned
on
down.
it?
You've kind of got like a pretty good shot at his leg because it's kind of chained to the ground.
Excellent. Well, I attack his gimp leg.
All right.
All right, so I
I'll
have
be
a
right
base
back.
of +4, so that brings it down to a DC 4. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 effort on this first attack roll, which brings it down to a DC 3. So I need a 9 or better, and I've got XP in case I have to re-roll. Okay, we will be re-rolling. All right, so I'm
Come
using
on.
1 XP. We can inform Gabe what happens whenever he gets back. So come on. Yes! Okay, first attack is a success.
All right.
All right, so the second attack, I will now be using 2 effort. And that
Why not
brings it
3?
down.
Use it all.
This is all of it. I only get 3 effort.
Right here, I
right?
used 1 on the first one.
I used 1 on the first attack.
Oh.
And
Okay.
so now I'm using 2 effort on this one, so that'll bring it
Gotcha.
down to a DC 2. So I just need to roll 6 or better on this. 75% chance of success. All right!
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully Gabe is cool with all that when he gets back. We will reiterate to him what happens.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's right. Yep.
Always.
This coin
always,
might be
man.
the most powerful thing in the game, but okay.
Well,
And
it's,
you know
it's
that
burned out,
this
I'm sure,
dirk-
by now.
This dirk of mine is one of the things, like the special power about this dirk, it has the ability to permanently kill stuff that can't normally be permanently killed. All right, Gabe. So,
All right.
with your
Lay it on me.
permission, this is what happened. I roll up, and I rolled a 4, which is a miss. So I use a XP to re-roll, which you let happen earlier. Is that okay?
Sure. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I re-rolled and rolled an 18, which was easy enough to succeed. But then I had to roll a second one, which I also succeeded on.
Okay. And can somebody read me the description of what happens when this thing works?
Alright, death module, a corroded copper coin with one side covered in adhesive. For 1 minute, when the wielder hits the creature equal to or greater than Cypher level, which is 8, the weapon wielder can make a second attack roll. If the second attack roll is a success, target is slain outright. If used against a PC, just moves him down the damage track.
So this was the second attack roll to make it slain outright. And then I was using my dirk, which, as you said earlier, has the ability to permanently kill things that normally cannot be permanently killed.
All very fair. Okay.
All right, so but
How-
that's just what we did, and it's
All right.
kind of in your
So-
hands now.
So help me connect some dots here. If a 6-inch dirk
Yes.
imbued with the magical power of a rotted penny and all of your family lore. How does that, attacking the ankle, mind you, of a 35-foot tall being, how does that bring it to permanent death? When an angel, a literal saint sent by the heavens to conquer hell, could not do that. So what does that look like to you?
Here we go.
So as it strikes and permeates kind of behind where the Achilles tendon would be, but it's a skeleton, so it doesn't. These white, like a network of white, what would be looking like a circulatory system or kind of roots sprout out from where the dagger strikes, and a web of celestial kind of, roots go like spiral up his leg and consume his entire skeletal form in this white celestial web.
All right, it's almost as though all of the webs from all around this shrine just begin to pull together with a divine power, and as they slowly begin to wrap up like a spider encompassing its prey, they swirl up the leg, then up the statue of the creature itself, and the fire of its eyes begins to go out as the bones are crushed beneath this divine web, and the crumbling of the bones begins to crush and crumble before you, and you hear Bonton as this 30-foot statue begins to fall. You hear, "Now, master, now is our moment." And the blades erupt from your hands, and you feel them pulling towards the center of the beast.
As I said before, brute force is not a great measure of power.
No, your
Stab it,
number of
I guess.
slaves is.
Oh,
those
wow.
are-
Those are good attacks.
Those are good attacks, which land in the middle of this celestial force and just sort of extract a fiery, burning, evaporating heart, which itself is wrapped in some sort of strands, fibrous web of divine power. And as those fibrous webs crush the life out of this lava beating heart, you feel a wash of power sweep over you, and you guys all watch as Bonton is blown backwards in a fiery wave and thrown halfway across the portal on the floor, landing at your feet. You can take 2 more points of burn damage, might damage, as fire washes over you, Bonton, and you find yourself on the floor, but almost emboldened with a new strength as you immediately gain 4 more might pool points.
You demon Shang Tsung.
4 more might points?
Yeah, your might pool expands by 4.
Okay.
Which those you currently have. You also feel a lurking fire just beneath your consciousness.
In your soul.
I'm gonna call that your turn though, Bonton, as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Milo, you're not acting really.
Well, I'm dead, right?
Kinda.
I'm trapped in an extra dimensional space. I don't know what anyone's
feel
gonna
like
do.
you're trapped in almost an eternal struggle to maintain your sanity here in that prison. Maybe.
Except I'm not. That's the
Maybe-
beautiful thing. That's why I chose that. I'm not actually in a struggle at all.
Yeah, you're more like in that abyss of your dreams that has always been sort of calling to you.
I'm in a Zen state. I'm like in my own little bubble within the chaos.
Yep. And we'll talk about your future there. Bear, what would you like to do? I can't hear you, Isaac. Sorry.
I think I better loot the demon.
What does he have to loot? His whip?
The bones seem to be literally falling to ash in front of you, crumbling into a tiny pile of white dust. but that white dust does glitter with a certain power.
Does it now?
Well, just collect some for Elsie, because you know she'll want some.
Oh, I'm collecting some.
Okay. You begin scooping up some of the white dust. You do notice, however, that the lava continues to appear beneath your feet. And at the end of the round, which is after Bear's turn, everybody can roll another d4 and take that much in might damage.
Also, on my turn, I'm going to roll a recovery roll.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, I gotta use all this effort I used last round. So that was
And there was
6. I just took another 2, so that's 8. Down to 2. Okay, we need to get out of here, guys.
Yeah, no shit. Keep rolling 4s on this fucking lava hurt me way more than the monster ever did.
So as the lava continues to boil through the floor, you watch as the statue, which was mostly crumbled of the saint, is now completely falling apart. Tiny pieces of stone are now collecting at the ground. All of the little bolts of eldritch energy that were swirling about have now retracted and disappeared. And this is a very good time for Sarah to be here.
Look at that.
Just in time.
Magic.
El Satori. Just in time profit service.
Well, I wasn't sure if you guys were going to last long enough for her to get here. Die to the lava.
Take another 15 minutes,
Alright.
Sarah.
So I'd like to crack my whip at whatever's attacking Joseph.
All right. So Elsie, welcome. And let me just give you a little bit of what Elsie experienced here.
That's no
you
fun.
were you were in the shrine. You sensed that Milo and the being that animated the winged statue had a connection. And then Bonton did something, and the beast, the demon creature with a skull head and eyes of fire, stood above you, 30 feet above you, towering above you and Joseph. And that's when you sort of faded out for a moment. And as you faded out, you heard voices, and those voices, they seemed familiar. They seemed to be calling to you, and they're voices of people you know. They're familiar, but you can't quite pin down who it is that's calling. And you hear one that says, "Seer, Seer, do you answer to the call of the fates?" It's a vaguely familiar female voice. I can't hear you, Sarah, if you're talking.
I'm not talking yet.
Okay.
Hear me.
You see there is off to your right, sort of a black void begins to form, and in that void are points of light that seem to swirl about in an uncomfortable way at first. Then they begin to slow down and pause, and then you see that these points of light almost stand guard over another place, and you watch as Milo, under being led by a spiritual entity whose face you recognize as the boy from Gunniston, Amos. The spiritual essence of that boy takes Milo by the hand and leads him into the starlit pasture, the starlit cemetery. And as he does, his body just begins to sort of dissipate, to sort of drift away into particles, into nothingness before your eyes. And you hear another familiar voice that you can't quite pin. It says, "I am weakened. I am weakened. The shrine, it falls. And you look, and as you sort of clarify the world around you, you see the floor is melting into the lava. Sort of boiling lava is beginning to peek up through the floor and singeing the feet and legs of your comrades. And a voice calls to you. It says, "You said you wanted to save the children. Do you still want that?"
Yes. The children are our future.
Go, save them. And you watch as a force that's deeply familiar, but whose identity you can't quite nail down, reaches out before you and begins to activate the portal at your feet. Take the children. As
Come
the
on,
portal-
kids.
As you step into the portal, the rest of you see Elsie, who has been just sort of floating there and sort of with a silly grin on her face. Suddenly, she speaks, and you all hear her, and the portal beneath her feet lights up and activates as she seems to become corporeal and step through the portal all in one breath.
I follow.
Yeah, we all follow. I do.
Okay. As you do, you find yourself back here at the bottom of the pit of terror, and you hear the screams of the children all at your feet. They're huddled at the ground now. They're no longer hidden. You see the shaman. He is now actively engaged, fighting off lava monster after lava monster as they swirl out of the lava and attack. He seems to be fending off their pushing them back into the lava as best he can, while the children, some of them get splashed by sort of spray from the lava. You see that there's a grumbling power at the base of these chains that seems to be pulling this entire thing downward. At your feet are perhaps a dozen children, including a tiny baby, the one that you first saw with sort of very soft cheeks and roundish eyes, but something about his flesh is just beginning to barely rot and flake away. You see these scrambling ghouls here, scrambling about in an absolute blind panic, seemingly helpless to do anything. So, how would you guys like to act? I'm going to say that we'll start at the top of the round, which is, well, it's probably Elsie. Elsie, would you mind rolling initiative?
Yeah, everyone rolled like garbage.
Yeah, everybody rolled garbage in the initiative.
Look at you with your 20.
All right. First up, Elsie,
20
as
minus
it
1.
should be.
What?
As it should be, you are the first to act.
Well, I'm gonna scoop up that baby
Okay.
and kind of hold her, whatever it is, tight. And
It's sort of
Then
just
I'm-
sort of shaking and it's sort of whimpering, and its eyes are sort of like doing that, and its lip is doing that little shudder thing.
and then I'm gonna command the lava monsters to stop at once. Leave the children be.
Okay, that's going to be a intellect defense. It's just going to be an intellect check.
Yeah, perfect. I'm trying to intimidate them too.
All right, intimidation is
I don't
possible.
have anything for that. We'll go ahead and spend an effort because I'm very confident this is gonna work.
Okay. You watch as one of the lava monsters, the shaman sort of turns his head to you as you speak, a little bit surprised, but one of the lava monsters catches him in the back.
Wait.
As he turns to you, and he goes sprawling on the ground, and you see now that the lava monsters begin to roil out of.
Hey, Gabe, can you hear me? I'm gonna re-roll that one.
Oh, boo! It's fine.
I haven't done that yet, have I? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll use that little rest from chance ability. Ha!
Oh,
Stand back, lava monsters.
As one of the lava monsters catches the shaman in the back, you feel his eyes connect with you, and you hear in an ancient language that you don't speak, but that you innately understand as some sort of sorcerous power. He says to you, hold on, I have to find the dialogue here. He says to you, "It's destabilizing. I cannot hold it together any longer. Flee now. It may only be safe for another moment. Go."
Grab a child and go back through the portal. Wait. What?
The portal has disappeared.
Oh. Where's the exit?
Not entirely clear. You guys appeared in this room up here at a higher level over here.
Okay. We need to get the heck out of here.
Fair enough. As you grab children, you see that the now injured shaman, a sort of a power washes over you, Elsie. And this time, when you say those words to the lava monsters, they withdraw slightly, but lurk beneath the gates that you will have to cross, beneath the metallic stairs that you will have to cross to get to each level above.
Can anyone build a bridge?
No, that was.
I do believe that will be your turn, though, as you do feel some sort of enlightenment from the shaman wash over you. Joseph?
Okay, there's 12 children. How many children did you say there were?
Yeah, let's say 12.
Okay, so my normal ability of telekinesis allows me to affect something twice my size. And every level of effort, I can double that size, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can expend 2 levels of effort, and it would be 8 times my size that I can move.
Potentially enough to get all the children out of here.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
But you wouldn't want anybody disrupting you while that was going on.
No, I can't lose concentration. That would suck.
Don't drop the babies in the lava, please.
Right, dropping a baby on the ground is bad enough.
I have the baby.
Dropping a baby on the lava. Okay, well, I'll take everyone but the baby Elsie's got then.
Okay.
Alright, where,
Drop the kids.
okay, yeah, and do I think I'll be able to avoid getting hit by lava monsters if I just kind of go straight up and start going over?
I mean, you're going to be crossing bridges that are haunted by lava monsters underneath.
Can I go over bridges? Can I get above the bridges?
I mean, how? I mean, you have to climb up these stairs, which is essentially completely exposed.
Well, I'm doing telekinesis, so we're floating straight up in the air.
I'm going to say if you're trying to lift 11 children, you can't also lift yourself.
Oh, shit.
Can't you just move the bridge?
Move the bridge higher? Is that what you're saying?
To the other side.
Well, which direction would you like to go to exit? Would you like to move to your right or to your left?
Can we exit either way? The way we came in was over here to the left, right?
Right.
I would just assume that's the only exit.
This way was the safest and fastest route for us. That's the way.
All right, Joseph, you need to act. What are you doing?
All right, how many children can I lift with myself?
With yourself, let's say 6.
Because I can lift something 8 times my size, right?
Yep.
These children are not my size.
Okay, so let's say, I don't know. I don't know. Let's 8 times your size. That might be like all but 2 of the children. 10 children.
All right, I'm gonna leave the biggest children to fend for themselves, and I'll take the smaller ones, right? 'Cause
Okay.
The older
Except the
children at
baby
least
LC.
have the best chance of getting across these bridges.
Okay.
All right, and
you're
I
gonna
just start
float
floating.
where?
It's
Where are you
gonna be-
floating?
I just start floating straight up into the air first, because I'm trying to get enough height to where we won't be at risk of getting hit by these creatures.
Okay, you begin slowly floating up. That's your turn, Bonton. With 10 children.
Okay, and I mean that's pretty much all my intellect, so we cannot.
Yeah,
get
you're
hit.
really struggling to lift all that.
Yeah.
Bonton, your watch as Joseph laboriously begins to sort of levitate upwards with most of the children, but it seems a little shaky to you.
Bonton with 0 children is going to try and cross this bridge right here.
All right, go ahead and roll a speed defense roll as you attempt to cross. Oh yeah, that lava monster makes a swipe at you, but it misses badly. 0 children on board. Bonton is skippy doodling along. But you do feel some of the fire, Bonton. It sort of splashes on your leg, and it should have been a searing pain, but you felt nothing.
That's an issue.
Not Milo. Bear.
First swim, Bonton. You're pervious to lava now.
Don't give me any ideas.
Bear.
So, previously in the day, I was beast mode. May I go back to that?
I don't know. Can you only do that once per day?
I don't have a note on that.
All right, I'm gonna say the second time takes an intellect check. You're going to do it regardless, but if you fail this intellect check, you move down your chart of insanity.
I will simply scoop up a child and go.
All right, you're gonna scoop up one of the older children, maybe on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Don't eat it.
Start booking out of there. You're going to need a DL4 speed defense roll as you attempt to cross the bridge. The little boy is clinging to your head, and his arms sort of wrap around your head as tight as they can, partially obscuring your view. Fortunately, you're able to just see underneath one of his arms enough to elude the monster attempting to swipe at you from beneath.
Excellent.
And you move up right next to Bonton. All right, it is now bad guy's turn. One of them is going to attack the shaman.
Shamona?
And that is going to be bad. You watch as the shaman, who seems to have weakened himself, has fallen to the ground, and one of the lava monsters reaches up over the edge of the rock, and his claws slash into the chief, leaving him singed and smoking on the ground as a thick layer of smoke just begins to wash over his body as though he's becoming engulfed in flame. Let's see. Another one is going to make a move at Joseph. Elsie, you watch as Joseph begins to elevate in front of you, and a lava monster comes out of the water. So make a DL4 check. Speed defense roll.
Can anyone protect me, because I am 5 hit points away from death, and all these kids are about to fall in the lava.
Elsie, you're watching Joseph struggle mightily. He's wounded, apparently attacked by the demon or something else, while you weren't part of it. And he's slowly lifting himself up as one of the lava demons emerges from beside the rock and leaps towards him right past you.
Well, if you'll give me an attack of opportunity, that's about all I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an attack of opportunity.
Punch
Perfect.
that demon.
Well, I have a baby in my hands, so I'm going to use my whip because I only got one hand.
All right. DL4 speed attack roll.
Attack. Whip is... Okay, cool.
Whip it good.
Nice.
As the demon sort of ignores you and leaps towards Joseph with the fleeing children, you realize he's going to get there, but you sideswipe with your off arm, not carrying the baby. And it slashes into the demon's face and neck area. The whip itself is destroyed, burned, and singed. a sort of smoking heap. But even as it burns, it distracts the demons. His glance falls to you, and he splashes down into the lava harmlessly, failing to reach Joseph. But your whip is destroyed.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Buy you a new whip.
Joseph,
That's
It's-
sad.
it's your turn.
All right, yeah, I carry the children up. I'm just trying to get enough elevation to where you won't be.
Well, you're this round you're able to get out of the range of the lava creatures.
Okay.
The ghouls theoretically leap and reach you, but they seem panicked and just like running around like chickens with their heads cut off rather than doing anything particularly impactful.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just stay high enough to where I won't be vulnerable, because I know as we head this direction to get out, these,
They get higher and higher.
it gets higher and higher. So yeah, I want to get enough
Yeah.
distance. Or enough
Yeah, so
height.
you're just gonna keep moving upwards.
I think so.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot of energy, though. How long does this last? This effect?
This effect, it costs me 2 intellect points per round to maintain, but I
Okay.
have an edge of 3, so my edge absorbs those 2 intellect points per round.
I see. Well, I am going to make you roll like might defense checks eventually here to continue doing it.
Okay.
Otherwise you may just fail. But for now you're good as you continue to rise out of the range of these creatures. And Bonton, your turn.
Which way is Joseph floating?
Sort of straight up at this point.
Which direction are you going to be going, Joseph?
I think I'm just gonna go over.
Can you go like this direction?
Yeah. Like
'Cause what
this
I'm
looks like
gonna
a
do
way
is-
out right here, right?
I'm going to try and kind of follow the path along below you in case any lava demons go to attack you. I'm just kind of like hold my action to fend them off.
Okay. How did we get in here last time? Wasn't it a portal?
Yeah,
You-
the portal's
you
over
sort of
here.
walked in- You sort of cut a hole and walked in over here on this edge.
Okay.
But we found the path down was safest from over here. So we're going to
Yeah,
go back up this
A lot
way.
less surface area of lava to cross on this side.
Okay.
So I will I'll just hold my turn right there and
Okay.
anticipate any lava demons.
All right. We're skipping Milo. Bear.
Gonna move with my child, I suppose. We haven't left anyone behind yet, have we?
Well, Elsie it hasn't crossed the first bridge.
Elsie hasn't crossed the first bridge.
She's carrying a baby. She had to interfere with the whole Joseph situation.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna move forward. I think I have a feeling the fates will favor her. I'm gonna move forward to the next bridge.
Okay. Elsie, as you pass by the shaman here, you guys, Elsie actually should be going first because these creatures are not innate. But as you pass by the shaman here, Elsie, you're carrying the baby. You see that the lava has burned him beyond recognition, and his entire body is now just sort of melting into a thick layer of smoke. And that smoke sort of wafts over you for a moment. Can you roll an intellect defense check?
Are we possessed by the shaman? Oof.
What's Elsie's worst fear?
Getting left behind in a pool of lava?
Her husband finding her?
Not saving the children?
I don't think it's the husband thing. Come on.
I know, right? We like fight demons and fucking.
Yeah, but you don't know how
maybe-
badly it ended.
Who is this?
I mean,
guy?
if that's what you want, that's what it is.
I mean, I don't know.
It could be that. It could be you know.
At this
All your-
current moment, it's losing all the children.
All right. You watch as the lava monster that just destroyed the shaman at your feet, as the smoke of the shaman's essence washes over you. You watch that him rise to his feet and grab for the child. Make a DL6 speed defense roll. as the shaman rises from the smoke at your feet, his eyes alight with the fire of the lava demon, and he reaches for the child. You whip it away from him and scramble up the stairs away from him. The rest of you just see the shaman disappear, but you see, Elsie, that he has risen now in the form of a lava demon that can walk on the rocks and is now climbing the stairs after you. I guess that's Elsie's turn. Elsie, did you want to do something else this turn? You're kind of in a scared, stupefied haze at this point.
Yeah? Can I throw one of the vials of anti-venom at him?
You can try.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna throw a vial of blue anti-venom potion at him.
All right.
Are you trying to cure his poison?
I have no idea, but it sounds like the most relevant and quickest. It's blue, like water, and I don't think I have any water with me, so... Huh.
Okay. Roll whatever you think is appropriate for this. And then tell me what you think would be the ideal situation. What would ideally happen?
He melts like Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting!
Okay, so the rest of you watch as Elsie throws this vial, and it lands where the shaman's body once was. Elsie, you watch as it hits this abomination that resembles the shaman, but has the eyes of this lava beast. And you watch as it washes over his face and melts him down into the ground, disappearing at the feet of the ladder.
Saying, I'm melting! I'm melting!
Something like that. All right, so it is now the bad guy's turn. Bear, where are you? Yeah, Bear. One of them's as you're sort of watching Elsie there fight against what looks like nothing to you. A lava monster sort of pops up here and attempts to swipe at you. So take a DL4 speed defense roll.
So there's that.
Oh yeah. He didn't even get close. What would you like your major effect to be?
Attack of opportunity. Shoot him in the head.
I'll dump my canteen on his head.
Okay. So he just sort of claws his way up there, and his head peeks over the top, and he snarls at you, and you just dump water on his face.
Yep.
And he just sort of hisses and screams, scrambles and falls off the cliff into the lava once more, disappearing beneath the surface. All right, it's Joseph's turn.
I start floating this direction.
All right, I'm gonna have you roll a DL4 might defense check to keep up the energy to keep doing this.
Okay, I mean, I'm really good at my defense, but I'm all out of effort. But I'm skilled in it. Is that all I got going? I guess so. Yeah, I'm skilled, so it's like a 50% chance that these kids die. I got an XP, I can reroll. Yeah, okay, I spent an XP. Jesus Christ, man, guys, I really hope these kids don't die. Y'all ready? Come on! Kids fall in lava and die.
You guys watch.
I got one more XP, but I just don't feel like it's...
But how
Joseph-
far were the kids? Were they over the lava?
Joseph had floated up, pretty much straight up at this point, and was beginning to sort of drift over the lava when he begins to falter. This is Milo, but Joseph is sort of here. Who was waiting? I think it was Bonton that was waiting. Bonton,
Yes,
you
I was
watch. Joseph begins to falter, and it looks like both he and all the children are going to fall in the lava. To get there, you're going to have to leap down across this little lava here to try to reach over there and do something about this.
What's he gonna do, catch 9 kids?
Well, maybe you.
Oh, God.
Bonton?
Yeah. I'll do my best to leap across the ledge there.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll an athletics check, like a might check.
Might? Oh, okay. 1, 2. I'll
Oh, you
put
can
2
make it a
points
speed check, I guess. You can make it a speed check.
of speed. I'm specialized in.
Okay. You roll. Luckily, it's downhill. This is easier than trying to jump up. You roll. You land sort of in a little bit of fire there on the ground. You singe your coat just a tiny bit, but even as the fire hits it, you realize it just sort of glosses off and doesn't do much, thanks to your special fabric and your resistance to fire. But the children are all sort of scrambling, and some of them are still clinging to Joseph's legs, and they're all falling right past you down into the lava.
Can I reach? Is he close enough that I could reach out and grab him?
Yeah, but I mean, at most you're gonna like save Joseph and like the 1 or 2 that have managed to cling to him.
You can give me inspiring words of something, encouragement, and then give me an XP and let me re-roll again.
I have 0 XP. I don't know if that meant like giving some out.
What would Bonton do in this moment?
Bonton would take his jacket off and lay it down across the lava, even if it gives just 1 turn for them to climb back out.
Oh, so you sort of take your jacket off, whip your jacket off, and sort of land it on the lava beneath them?
Yes, kind of like
Lay
you
it
put
out?
a jacket over a puddle, for a lady.
Sure. All right. As your jacket sort of lays out gently, covering the lava beneath them, you hear it start to singe, and a little tiny flicker of crackling energy or crackling heat begins to sear the bottom of it. It is not immediately destroyed, however. Bear, you watch as Bonton just threw his beautiful purple cloak into the lava.
Where's Bonton?
He's here.
Oh, God, I gotta go back down there and help him out. All right, I run back down there and try to fish kids out of the goddamn lava.
Okay. Luckily, that one that you just water-faced is not interested in messing with you right now. You scramble past the lava successfully. You reach down there.
Waterboarding works on explosive terrorists. Oh, sorry.
What now?
Nothing.
All right. So you are arrived down there. We'll resolve that on Joseph's turn here, because we'll give Joseph a chance to act. Elsie, you watch all that happen. Well, no, you don't really see most of that. You're sort of engulfed in your own thing, but you see all of your friends have sort of gathered over there. Not really sure, but it's your turn.
I guess I'm just gonna run over. Am I?
Oh yeah, you're over the lava. Yeah, you're onto the safe ground here.
Perfect. So I guess I run over to where Bonton is.
Okay. As you arrive there, you see children are slamming down onto the lava, protected only by a thin layer of fabric. As Joseph, it is the lava monster's turn. After you, Elsie. Let's do this. Let's have Bonton, Bear, and Elsie all make. I guess you're trying to grab the children, right?
Yes, I will set the baby down and attempt to grab the children.
All of you can make speed or might checks, depending on what you think is appropriate for what you're trying to do. Success will mean that you, a DL 3 will mean you save 1 child. DL 4 or higher means you save 2.
All right.
There are 10 total children.
Let's do speed. I'll do speed with 1 effort.
Okay. Elsie, you managed to pull 2 of the smaller children up immediately after it hit the cloak, and it begins to sort of sink beneath their feet. You rip them up off of that onto the safe rock. Well, safe is relative term. Bonton, did you use effort?
I will do speed with 2 effort, so +1 on whatever this roll is.
Ooh. I'm gonna say you're able to pull 3 children up. With just a whirlwind, you're just tearing children out of the air. And Bear.
Speed with an effort.
Speed with an effort. Oh yeah, Bear is also able to pull up 2 additional children. That leaves 3, 5, 7. There's only 3 children left. 2 of them are attached to Joseph's legs. But Joseph, can you roll a DL4 speed defense roll as a lava monster sort of swoops up beneath you and attempts to attack you?
We're about to find out. Yes, I can.
Oh, even with the children on your legs, you managed to sort of spin out of the way as the monster swipes angrily at you and slams into the edge of the obsidian stone that makes up these walkways. And that's their turn. It is now your turn, Joseph.
All right. I just start hauling ass on foot with the kids that I have.
Well, you got 2 children that you can immediately remove. There's 1 child left, though. He's sort of slowly sinking into the lava on top of the cloak.
Can I grab him?
Yes, with a speed roll, you can save all 3. Uh-oh.
So I have 1 more XP, which I'm gonna
I don't
spend
know, though.
right now.
I think this time, though, when you reach down, the child is sinking. The cloak is disappearing into the lava, and your hand sort of grasps at the cusp of his neck. But even as your fingers begin to take hold, you feel the fabric burning as the lava consumes Bonton's cloak, and the child himself is just evaporated into a singed husk with a tiny scream on his lips.
Well, as my face, goes somber, I realize that I can't help him, and I stand up and I take the children that I did save and start ushering them to the next area.
Okay. Well, you all have. There's a brief moment where you all watch that lava monster beneath you just sort of consume the cloak and all of the remains of the child, pulling it all beneath the swirling lava below you.
Move to the next area. I yell, "Dump your canteens on him."
Well, he's disappeared now into the lava below, but
No. When you get to the bridge and they attack you again, just fight them. Just dump water on them to fight them back.
Anti-venom potion works well.
All right, well, I guess we all prep our canteens. Just kind of take the tops off and make our way toward the next platform.
You're able to make a move to the base of this ladder. You see a lava monster lurking beneath the ladder, obviously.
Splash him. Preemptively.
All right. Well, I think that's your turn, though.
Yeah, it is.
Bonton.
God.
You got, I think, 3 little
Bastards.
squirts holding on to you right now. Like 2 little girls in ratty dresses who are just like their teeth are just chattering with fear, and 1 little boy who's just huddled in a tiny ball. You basically have to pick him up like a football.
I set them down for just a second. I'm gonna take one last chance at something. And I reach down into the lava to see what I can grab.
You really like that cloak.
Either that or the kid.
Roll the D100. Low is good. Okay. At first, when your hand hits the lava, you have that reaction, like a normal person would to putting your hand on a stove or just into a fire. And you reflexively pull back as you do feel heat, but as your hand pulls back, you realize there's no pain, there's no damage, and you sink your hand deeper and deeper into the water. You feel sort of that cloak, which is so tough, magically imbued by the power of the God King himself. Your hand touches that cloak, and at the last moment, you feel it ripped from your fingers, by one of the monsters beneath the level of the lava.
Okay. With a look of disappointment, not for the cloak though, I scoop up the children and move along.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make it over to where Joseph is at the base of the thing. Bear.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of let's say little boys. One of them is affixed to your shoulders with a death grip around your forehead.
And don't forget, I left the other one up on the next level where I already was, so I will
Right.
have 3 when I get back up there. So
Yeah, they're getting heavy.
I'll pick up the 2 by the scruffs and kind of carry them, but also kind of make them walk.
Okay. Yeah, you're force marching them.
Yeah.
All right.
The old to your room by the collar kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, you drag them along. They seem, total panic mode. Just blathering, mess. One of them you basically have to drag. Elsie, you're next.
I scoop up the baby, grab one of the kids I saved, and is there one more kid I think I had?
Yeah, there's one other little baby.
Is it a baby?
Yeah, you got 3 tinies.
Okay. Is any of them walking?
Nope.
All right. Well, I scoop all 3 of those kids up.
At least not in this moment. Yeah, you kind of got them all sort of bundled together. Luckily at this moment they're not squirming or trying to escape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna scoop all 3 up. But do any of them look like they can walk?
Yeah, maybe. Probably not very fast or evenly.
Perfect. Well, I will scoop all 3 of them up, and so I'll put one around my neck and tell him to hold on, and then I'll put the other 2 in my hands and kind of hold the other child's arms as they're around my neck. So I got one here, and one around my neck.
Gotcha.
And I start walking as fast and safely as I can to the
All right.
exit.
Okay. As you guys reach this second part here, there is a lava monster lurking beneath this bridge. But Bear, as he sort of emerges, he sees you and he sees your water bottle again, and then he just sort of sinks back down, and sort of his eyes are only visible, are the only things visible above the edge there, as he sort of lurks in the lava.
I guess waterboarding works, huh?
Just whip it out and take a little bit of a leak right on his face as I'm walking. Just a little trickle.
Oh, you're doing a little pissing contest. Okay, so the as you take a little tinkle on his head, his eyes disappear, just sort of blink beneath the lava. You guys are able to cross that bridge successfully, and in fact, this bridge is much higher above the lava, making it harder for them to reach. And you guys are able to make it successfully to the top level here.
Nice.
Now, what would you like to do?
We gotta jump across this little area, right? Where is it?
Well, you can make it here, I guess, easily.
I don't know why
I moved you, but
Oh, I guess this is where they jumped across last time, right here.
yeah, they jumped across over here last time. Ivy, are you there?
He's muted.
Yeah, sorry, it took a second there to get my mouse on it. What's up?
No worries. What is your other character?
I'm still kicking it around in my head. Like I was this whole time I've been looking over what my options are and shit.
Okay.
As far as descriptors, focus, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So, as soon as you have a basic description, just let me know.
I have a basic description in my head.
Okay,
What are
tell
you
me what it is.
envisioning here? What's going on?
Is it a 12-year-old ghoul child that's half rotting?
Nope, not even close.
Oh.
What do
Okay.
you look like?
Yeah.
All right. He's tall and slender. You might call him a slender man. He has very narrow, like lithe shoulders, hips that almost don't even exist,
You don't
a
lie.
large, protruding, hawkish nose, and sunken eyes with deep sags under them. Like, he almost has like that "I'm so tired I didn't sleep at all last night" look underneath his eyes. Pale skin, and he's dressed finely. He's got like a nice suit on, but it looks old, worn. It's like not tattered, but at the same time, it's clearly not in the best condition.
Okay. Are you a wanderer, a book-like fellow, or
Wanderer would probably be like.
what would take you out into the world?
I'm sorry?
What would take you out into the world?
Oh, let's say wanderer. I don't want to reveal too much.
Okay. Well, you've been lost for a while. And you've been lost for a while, but there's a lot of screams, especially childlike screams coming from this direction. And you sort of made your way over here to see a group of people, strange-looking people, climbing their way out of a pit with a ton of children. But let's say you're up here somewhere.
Okay. How did I get here?
Well, it depends on what your character does, but let's just say that you were exploring a newly discovered / newly created weakness in the ethereal barrier, and you ended up here.
And I see a bunch of like people trying to escort children up ladders being hounded by giant lava monsters.
Yep, something like that. There's also crazy ghoul-like creatures running about. You've seen these things many times, or at least a few times over the last day or two. They don't normally attack you. They seem to be lost in their own mind.
Okay. Well, this strange fellow is gonna cast some strange bright green fire out of his hands at the lava monsters as they try to like come after these people escorting the children.
So you're watching these lava monsters sort of follow them along, and you guys all see a bolt of green energy sort of singe back one of these lava monsters who is sort of tracking you like a cat stalking its prey. And you see this tall, slender man standing above you, one level above you on the cliff.
And I'll yell out to them. Let me see. What's his voice? Come on, hurry! And I just keep blasting bolts at these fuckers.
He's holding these lava monsters at bay to some degree. As you guys rush across the last stairwell over to this level. So what would you guys like to do? You're able to. I'm going to say you'll be able to climb up here if you'd like.
Yeah. I climb up to the old
Crossing
man.
the bridge here.
I drop a couple children at his feet and say, "Here, you look like you could help us." And I just drop him at his feet and keep moving along.
I awkwardly touch the kids and help them.
They sort of shy away from you and sort of cringe on the ground.
No, my character looks really weird. He's
Looks
not
like Emperor
comforting at all.
Palpatine, bro. Why would you give Emperor Palpatine babies?
Let's just say they aren't overly comforted.
Not at all. I'm not pleasant at all. My character does not look pleasant.
It's okay, children. We're taking you to safety.
Yeah, don't you little shit say I didn't do anything for you.
Okay.
Roll a persuasion check, Elsie. I would say disadvantage, but I'll just make it harder. Thanks to Bonton's bedside manner. Also, this scary stranger guy. Yeah, you're really working on it. There's a lot of sniveling, a lot of sobbing, a lot of just clinging to whatever is nearest to them. with tight grips, tiny fingers.
Yeah, I'm having trouble breathing.
Yeah, like that one around your neck. I mean, he's really got a good angle on your larynx.
You, tall, skinny one. How did you get here? What's the fastest way out?
He sort of
Do I even
looks at
know
you
of a
with
way
blank
out,
eyes.
Gabe?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do I even know of a way out?
Actually, you've been sort of examining this place ever since you got here, and you believe on the far side of this pit, which you can sort of walk around, there is a very weak point in the ethereal wall.
Oh, that's so fitting for the character concept I did. I'm like, yes, if we walk around this exterior here, we should be able to find a place on the far side that would allow us to escape.
Excellent. We'll follow you then.
All right, I start guiding them towards the far side of this pit, far away from the lava, so we're not attacked, and get to the other side of the pit.
Yeah, and Elsie, as you stare
Yeah.
upon this strange figure, there is sort of some apprehension at first, but an image of Milo, he seems like his face is serene and calm, and his eyes are closed. He seems to be floating in a place, in a space beyond time and space, and that image of his calmness, it sort of washes over you, and you see that same poise, that same resolve in this new fellow.
Milo!
I don't turn around. I think she's talking to one of the kids, and I keep walking.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any response to that whatsoever.
I'm a little saddened. Do I think any of these 3 kids that I'm carrying can walk?
I mean, yeah, one of them's a toddler who could be sort of, walked by hand-holding.
I put that one down and put his hand on my belt because I still got the other 2. So I put his hand like around like my belt so he knows to hold on, or she or it.
Okay, well, at this point, they're all sort of locked into like, fight or flight mode, and children can actually be fairly effective in this mode, where they sort of intuitively listen to guidance and step by step match what they're needed to do.
Perfect.
The older one, the skinny one that Joseph referred to as, he seems to be the only one who is capable of speech, perhaps, and he sort of, in a stuttering voice, Joseph, where are we going? And there's a sort of a sound to his voice. Where are we going? And it's got the Irish accent, Joseph.
We're getting out of here for right now.
As you look at him, you see his face, his skin is very pale, or very fair. His hair is sort of been bleached, almost a white color, and his eyes were probably once vibrant green, but now have sort of lost their color and are sort of a ghastly, very almost whitish green.
We're trying to make it back home.
To St. Louis, then.
Aye.
He just sort of nods. He picks up one of the sort of unwilling to walk children and follows along with you.
All right, we're gonna make haste.
All right, so you guys appear back on this edge, Joseph, and as you sort of walk over there, you feel your sword begin to the mighty sword of the Grand Maestro begin to sort of activate.
I start pulling out various instruments, trinkets, and spices, ingredients, and I start setting up a ritual.
We don't have time for that. And I take my sword and I cut the veil where he's setting up his ritual.
Well, as you're watching, I'm assuming that this ritual is part of the character. So as you're watching this this character very quickly set up some materials, you sort of almost feel the smoke from his ritual is bringing the ethereal wall closer to you. You can almost see it. And see through it as it begins to sort of materialize before you.
All right.
When the smoke has sort of opened a window there, you raise the sword and it just sort of glides through, and you see that silvery sort of passage that you've crossed before.
My character kind of steps back quickly, just for a second, no expression on his face. It's like, interesting.
It's certainly faster than your normal ritual.
Yeah, he looks at this new Irishman quizzically with his sword that cuts holes in the ethereal plane.
I look at him, nod my head, and leap through with the children. Or I lead the children through. Hurry!
Yeah, you guys lead the children through, and you find yourself by the riverbank of the Mississippi River, and the waters they seem lower than you remember, calmer.
Is it day or night?
It's morning.
Jinx.
It seems that the sunrise has begun to peek up over the very flat, mostly treeless plain in front of you.
Huh. Well, this is strange. Look around. Not
Do you think
recognizing
the
it.
Leviathan
This seems
is
very
gone?
far away from probably where you came from.
I take a quick look at the green man through Grills' eyes.
Okay, so what does Grills see when she sees through veils and sort of all of the magical barriers and stuff that would otherwise obscure anyone? Anything different?
She sees a human being, maybe marks of deathless magic, but that's really about it.
Maybe just a little hint of the mist?
Maybe just a little hint, yeah.
It's Milo.
Bear just shakes his head. Okay.
Well,
Nice to meet you, green man. What shall we call you?
my name is Archibald. Archibald Bunker. And your name?
My name is...
You can't use your real name, right? You're bound by that pact.
Grill, what's my name? My name is Hootie Bear.
That sounds like bullshit.
Wow,
They'll
better
be
alias
forever.
than Superman.
And Hootie Bear.
Much insight to see through that.
Lion, be quiet.
Oh,
Lion, be quiet.
Elsie, something about this fellow, it's definitely got your it's got your beyond senses tingling. This fellow has some sort of connection.
It looks like Count Chocula.
Well, do any of you have an idea about where we might be?
Yes, I imagine we're close to St. Louis.
Here, hold this, and I hand him try and attempt to hand you a children.
Hey, children.
1 unit of child.
Basically, yes, 2 children. I need to get my book out.
I do not take the child at all.
It just falls to the river bank.
Hey. I turn to you and I turn to Bear and I say, hey, Lion, can you take these children?
Oh, I'm lying. Yes, of course. I'll take these children. And I take the one child.
Lion and a hootie bear.
We told you he was lying.
Yep. That I do believe.
And then I go through and I look in my book.
First name compulsively.
Yes, yes. But well, I was going after lions and tigers and bears. So.
You're right. I should always go with a predator name.
You
but
come
I
off as a
open it
predator to me.
and I just
Hey,
kind
we're
of
Throw
even
the child
children.
at you.
Yes. You should never give a predator a child.
yeah, he's safe.
Especially not to children. That's the worst.
I gave him
I
the
know.
children because they're too. I still got the one holding onto my waist.
And I keep holding on at will.
You're like a duck. Can't count.
You have the littlest one. You have the baby.
Here is a children.
Oh look! He has the children in his hands.
There is a children.
The baby you rescued. He has dark hair, and as you look at him, his features are somewhat
Confused
thick,
looking.
confused looking. His eyes have a hint of Asianness.
That's weird.
These children are from all over.
Rounder than it is tall.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is a hefty baby. You're not sure like how much breast milk it's been getting, but it seems like a lot.
We might get to see.
It would be ghoul milk.
Gabe, I opened up my book.
That baby is drinking straight lava.
Okay, you opened up your book.
One tough
Yes.
baby.
And I gave.
Each of these children is registering a signature from the ethereal. The strange fellow. I mean, obviously, Bear and Bonton both have very strong signals. Joseph, still nothing on your map. And this other fellow has what kind of signal do you think? Ivy?
A mild, misty signal, like
Yeah,
very,
yeah,
very
it
mild.
reminds you. It reminds you of the gray mist, but a very faint, mild version that followed around Deathless.
Lovely. And does it give me any indication? Like I'm trying to figure out what city, state, zip code, county, where we might be.
There is a number of much stronger signals across the river to your mostly southwest.
We need to go that way. That's where people are. And I point in the direction and close my book.
People or
People.
And
people?
how do you propose we get across this river with all these children?
I'm pretty good at throwing.
With these childs.
Yes.
Oh, we need to cross the river.
I'm not floating them across, I'll tell you that. Why don't we just set up camp here for the night and get
Take a
some rest?
rest. Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan, and we can build a boat for the morning.
Aye.
We
As
can ferry
Grills
him
takes
across.
As Grills takes a lap, Bear, especially over the water, her eyes can sort of pierce the muddy water quite deeply. There are two things missing. One, the sort of barrier, the edge that you seem to have passed through is gone. And two, there's no sign of a city-sized beast in these waters.
How about where?
All is calm, and nature seems to have, like, the frogs are back. You see some sea otter or some river otters going about their business, stuff you weren't seeing in the river before.
Great. She's gonna go to where those quote much stronger signals were appearing on the map too. Take a look over there.
As
Because what
she
I
takes-
read out of
Yeah, she flies over that direction and she returns. It's St. Louis.
not just a bunch more deathless, because that's what I gathered from that much stronger
Well,
signals.
that shouldn't be all that comforting that there's a bunch of strong signals coming from St. Louis.
Great.
Yeah, I thought the signals were bad things in the book, not welcoming things.
Not necessarily. The book shows me what I want it to show me. It's like a guide. I use it as a guide.
Oh. Should we not take these children back to the Iroquois? Were they not those people?
Well, let's look at them.
Yeah, looking at them, some of them look like they are natives, but the majority look like they're from the poor part of St. Louis, if you had to guess.
Speak, children.
Well, I know this
I
oldest,
say
the
to
oldest
the
one's from
itty
St.
bitty
Louis
baby
for
I'm
certain.
carrying. Speak.
Can I take back a children and I take back the 2 children from you?
Sure.
I say we bed down with the childs for the evening. Yes.
But we don't have milk or food or water or anything to feed them.
They're half ghoul. I don't think they're hungry.
They're babies.
Half ghoul. I don't think they're half ghoul.
Are they still
The
all
one in your
weird?
arms is squirming uncomfortably.
It appears to have rotten flesh hanging off its face.
No. What?
Well, not much, but there is sort of an ashy, flaking thing going on.
Listen, let's just
Okay.
bed down with the zombie babies for the evening. We'll figure
I'm
this
sure
out
they
in the
won't eat
morning.
us.
There's
I don't know.
definitely, these children definitely have a connection to the beyond, Elsie.
I want to investigate one of the kids.
Jesus.
Well, let's get give me your rations and let's feed them.
Bear actually has quite a few rations if he still has his pack.
I mean, they don't eat much. I mean,
Yeah,
like 2
they're
rations will feed all the kids.
Right. Actually, they only eat brains. If anyone has any brains.
Nope, none here.
Not in this part.
I mean, I might have some.
Maybe the new guy could help.
I'm afraid I didn't bring any brains, my friends. I'm
I
sorry.
have blood. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
even blood. See how that shit
Hi,
goes.
baby.
If you just ask this party if they're just full of smart people. Jesus.
All right. So the little fat one eats a lot,
Nice.
and basically whatever you put in front of him. Some of the other ones refuse to eat, however.
Some of the older ones, or
Yeah, the older ones, and also just sort of the ones that have been sort of catatonic in fear.
Well, at least we try and get them water down their throats.
Okay, can you roll me a persuasion check? Pretty easy. 3. No, you're really struggling. These children are some of them are, catatonic with fear and may never be psychologically whole.
all right. Well, I gather the children around in a circle and pray a rosary.
Okay.
As we bed down for
That
the
does
evening.
seem to bring some relief, or at least some familiarity to a few of them.
Pitch a tent and lay him down.
Okay. So everybody's taking this long rest.
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet.
And Grills keeps eye up there, and it's very clear that the natural order has been restored around here.
Excellent.
The Niroleth is nowhere to be seen.
So we have Hootie Bear and I'm sorry, Miss. What is your name?
I'm CL.
CL. And you, fancy fella with the hat. What is your name?
Oh, enchanté, monsieur. Je m'appelle Pierre de... Wait. Oh, Pierre du Papillon.
I'll just call
Yeah,
you
they
Pierre.
Butterfly.
And you there with the rosary. What is your name, sir?
My name is Luminous.
Luminous. Where do you hail from, Luminous?
Ireland.
Loch Ness.
Luminous does not sound like an Irish name.
We have odd traditions in my family. When it comes to naming the youngest, it's
You
usually
can
a
call him
joke.
Nessie.
Very well.
What about you, Count Chocula? What's your name?
As I said before, my name is Archibald Bunker.
That's right, Archie. Yes,
No.
Archie. You remind me of a friend of ours, Milo. You sound
My
like you got a
name-
familiar accent.
My name is not Archie, it's Archibald.
We shall call you Bob.
All right, Baldy.
No. He just keeps saying no, correcting everyone.
Is there anything else distinguishing about like the items you carry or anything like that?
I would say probably the only distinguishing thing about his outfit is that he has a French cuff shirt and cufflinks are pentagrams. But that's really about it. There's nothing impressive or outstanding about this guy. Like
Is
I
the
said,
shirt made of silk?
no. It's made of cotton, worn cotton. Like, it's like he's worn the same outfit for like a year or so. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's worn, it's tattered, it's got some rough spots. There's areas where, like, you know, the wool is starting to like fuzz up and everything like that. And the same is true for the cotton shirt, right?
You're
It's
sure if you could see those underarms, they'd be yellow.
yeah, at least, yeah. But you can't see them because he's always wearing his coat.
Except this man doesn't sweat, so.
And he's got a nice clean cut, short cut hair, fully shaven. Like I said, he's just very angular. He's got a large nose, very triangular face. If you imagine Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow,
That's exactly
that
what
old
I was
cartoon,
imagining.
that's what he looks like. Okay, he's like that. Very tall, very lanky, very thin.
All right. Ichabod Archibald. As you were bedding down this evening in this place you didn't come from with these people you don't know, what kind of worries, fears, concerns, thoughts are going through Archibald's mind?
He's wondering intently how these guys got there. He doesn't know these people, and yet they ended up in a place that he was investigating for a very specific purpose. And so, granted, they were trying to do something noble, but, you know, doesn't mean they're good people necessarily. So, you know, he's got suspicions, but he's also got questions.
Cool. And so as you guys are bedding down out there, Elsie, as you go to sleep, your dream is of this endless field of stars. And while you don't see Milo or hear him, you know that he's there. And you know that the fate that he's reached is what the fates wanted for him. It's what if you had asked them what he should do, this is it. He has found his place. Although you as you're drifting there, you feel like you can never visit it. You can never go there, for it is a inescapable place, a place designed to hold the strongest and most powerful demons and deviants from throughout the multiverse. A prison from which there should be no escape. Joseph, as you go to sleep, your night is haunted over and over again. You wake up to the image of that little girl melting in the fire. Her sort of silent scream dying on her lips as her body turns to first blackened and then a crispy white ash consumed by the lava. Over and over again, you see her face in that seizing, in that moment of complete desperation. The light from her eyes just sort of keeps pulling you awake over and over.
Every time
Bonton?
I rise, I look over at Archibald, make sure he's not doing any weird shit, and then I try to go back to sleep.
Do you stay up late, Archibald, or are you just out?
I would say I lie down. I wait until I feel confident that everyone else has fallen asleep before I try to fall asleep. But that's about it.
Okay, so he's asleep, I guess, at that point. Bonton, as you fall asleep, you keep hearing the sound of that whip cracking over and over again, and you see you find yourself swimming in an ocean of fire with flames just crackling all over your face, and time and again you hear the sound of this whip cracking in your ear as the flames sort of dance around you, but you feel no heat. You're just sort of asleep in this ocean of fire.
I'm like
Bear?
equal parts smug and proud and also fearful.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Hootie Bear, from the Hoot. That's from never mind. Okay, so what about this bothered Hootie?
The
The
blowfish
real
mostly.
fear, the real fear was that giant demon, and now it's in Bonton.
All right.
I'm
Your
gonna-
dreams
pretty
are
afraid of that.
Bonton's face becoming a skull with horns, sort of emerging both from the tusk position, the canine position, but also on the top of the head, and the eyes turning to pure fire as his snake-like arms dance around him with a speed and dexterity that would be captivating if it wasn't so scary, even as his body transforms into into shadow itself. And that image of Bonton as all the demons in one, it just lingers in your mind and in your dreams all evening.
It's just a veritable demon orgy over there.
Yeah, they're really having way too much fun with it too.
Uh-huh.
Allow me to demonstrate my abilities for you.
I'm gonna demon climb.
So Joseph, as you wake up for the 10th time with that same silent scream in your ears, you see Bonton looks like he's swimming through a cool sea. You see Hootie grumbling to himself and cursing, and muttering about. You hear Bonton's name several times. So the night passes fitfully for everyone.
I say a prayer once I realize everyone else is in as bad shape as me, and I try to project my healing energy, to try to bring calm to everyone's rest.
Okay, so what I want everyone to do is roll an intellect defense check. With the exception of Joseph, you all get an asset from Joseph helping you, but everyone needs to roll an intellect defense check, and this is going to be a DL5 intellect defense check. Ooh.
For my 19, for my minor effect, can I give everyone 2 assets?
No, but you might be able to help one person with 2 assets.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I was gonna say, like, maybe you should help out Elsie. She has most
Roll a
difficulty
5.
with these things.
Rolled a 5.
Never mind. Help me, because I don't know what my overall skills are or defenses are. Right?
I think
You're
the
probably
only
not
one
in the
that's
same
not.
boat. I'm not going to make you roll.
Okay.
Because the rest of them went through sort of a pretty traumatizing event. So we got a pass from Elsie, a pass from Joseph with flying colors, a pass from Bonton. Bear?
Here we go. I'm trained in this. I presume that helps me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh, goddamn.
So
Not
you
a
get-
critical fail.
You get 2 assets, so that's a 3.
That's not enough. Hootie Bear, as you wake up several times over the course of the evening in a cold sweat. Each time you wake, your eyes immediately open and you see Bonton with this sort of smug look on his face, swimming through what looks like clouds to you. And each time your anger and hatred of him grows. Each time you awake and see his stupid, smug face over there with his pretty little beard and his unburned hands and clothing that should all have been destroyed. Every time you wake up, you see his smug little face, and this inner seething anger and hatred continues to grow. But the night otherwise passes uneventfully. As the next morning comes, everybody sort of wakes up in their own time. Joseph, you're probably like unable to go back to sleep after waking up for the 10th time. Bear, you're just never really get into deep into the REMs because you just keep worrying that Bonton's gonna come out of his little snooze fest over there with some sort of fire attack or something. Elsie, you manage pretty well through the evening, but did we do a horror scenario for you?
No, she passed.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, you see you see the faces of all the children you saved. Each time you look around, you feel a great sort of motherly pride in the ones you were able to save, and you even feel sort of a tenderness towards Bonton and Joseph and everybody who took actions to save these kids. And you keep reflecting on Milo there in his serenity, and it brings you strength. Okay, so you wake up, Elsie. You wake up pretty decent. Bonton, you're feeling great. But Hootie, you're feeling pretty shit the next morning, and Joseph, you're not feeling great either.
Was this enough to get our 10-hour in?
I mean, it might as well be because you're not in a hurry to get going, so you can sleep
Perfect.
in.
I rolled a 19, Gabe.
Oh yeah.
I should
Sorry,
be
I
feeling pretty
lost
good.
track. Oh yeah, you're feeling a lot better by the next morning. You didn't get a good sleep, but you're starting to try to bring your mind into focus on what you were able to save. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did I go down an insanity bucket for this?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well,
If
I'm keeping a
on
chart,
lower.
and I marked you on the chart as being one level lower. What that means is that in certain situations, when it's story appropriate, you're going to have to roll an intellect defense check not to attack Bonton.
Huh.
Oh,
From a
great.
mechanical perspective.
Hey, do we get some
Wow.
XP this adventure, huh?
Yes, everyone can get 2.
Booyah. I
And
spent 2, I get 2.
everybody gets 2. If there was an intervention, then you guys could have. I'm gonna say for. Let's say Bear gets. Oh well, I kind of feel like Bonton gave up his cloak to save children.
Yeah, I
Very
did.
surprised by that.
Kind of saved like 6 of them with that
Yeah.
action.
Those little bastards better be thankful.
They're
'Cause I'm gonna be
forget
sour
you in
about
the
that for a
morning.
long time.
Yeah, your cloak, man, it was a good cloak, magically imbued and everything. But Bonton, I'm gonna give you an extra XP. For
Can I nominate Joseph as well for being able to,
Yeah.
basically one-shot a devil?
Yeah, you murdered that devil all by yourself with
Hey,
a
man.
Cypher. So
Yeah, it
that's
was
an extra
mostly a
XP
Cypher,
for
but-
Joseph as well.
He murdered him with the help of my trap, which
That's
worked.
true.
Yep.
That's true. Now, whether or not that keeps him pinned for as long as what the fee was able to do, who knows? But he's definitely out of commission now. I was actually planning a whole chase scene, so we weren't able to do that, unfortunately. Where he sort of crawls through this portal and follows you, and you guys are running with the children. But whatever,
Yeah.
that didn't happen. You guys, doing away with Pazos. I'm gonna have to bring him back at some point, but
No,
he's
he's
out for
gone.
now.
He's gone
He-
forever now.
He's along for the ride, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, he's in Bonton, so you can pull that fucker out sometime in the late game.
Yeah, Bonton, you're going to have a little more difficulty controlling him when he gets feisty.
I figured.
Yeah, I mean, you're
And
able
when he
to
gets
pretty much at this
feisty-
point keep Malefique under control, and the other two don't really fight you unless you're at a very weak point. But this guy is going to be a different story. When you try to activate him, you're going to be up against it.
Yeah.
And when he gets feisty, Bear is going to get extremely scared and very reactive.
Yeah, Bear, you're probably really worried about that demigod level thing that could be bursting out of Bonton at any time.
Yeah, I know that we tricked him once. I don't think that we could do it again, so I'm not going to just frivolously call upon him or anything.
Yeah, I'm just warning you, metagame, calling upon him is going to require a lot of good luck to stay in control. And of course, if you do not stay in control, it's basically the same thing as releasing him with Bonton's weapons and body on the world.
Excellent.
So,
Alright, guys.
quick metagame question, just as an aside. I assume I get no XP, right?
No, go ahead and take 2 XP and make yourself tier 3 with 2 XP.
Tier 3? Okay, I can
Isn't
do
that
that.
what everybody is? Tier 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
We are?
okay.
yeah. You should be, right?
I don't know. My paper says 2.
What? No, it doesn't.
Maybe it does.
Oh god, I really gotta lead in to look at that. Yeah, I think it does say 2.
Why is your tier in? Who? You printed that on there?
No, I didn't do that.
She didn't print it on there. It was printed on there.
See, it
Oh.
says 2.
I just have really good handwriting.
That is some stellar
I mean, I've got all this
handwriting,
stuff, all the
bro.
boxes
You
checked.
penciled that.
In any case, yeah, you should be tier 3, Ivy. And we should have a call and talk about that character a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow or Friday, just depending on like which works out better for me. Just to kind of like discuss my character's background and all that kind of stuff, and like work
Perfect.
him better into the game. You know?
Perfect.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, we're
Awesomeness.
gonna. I think we had a character death. It was sort of a little foreshadowed, but the
I didn't see that coming.
I don't think I could have done any more heavy foreshadowing than that.
You take the box and walk into the light. Take it. Take that box.
I tried my best to take that death away from you, Milo, but you just had to have it.
Honestly, bro, by the time it came around to my turn, I had like 4 HP total across all my stats, and so it was just like, it's now or never. You know,
Yeah.
I was like 0 in might, 2 in speed, 2 in intellect. I had nothing else going. You know, so it's just kind of like, what are you gonna do?
left it all on the
Game-wise,
left it all on the
Bonton was secretly trying to do whatever he could to keep you from sacrificing yourself because he didn't want to see you go, but in his own weird, demented ways.
Hey, on the bright side, the Leviathan is gone forever.
That's
So.
true.
Esque.
Awesome.
Just like Kazos is gone forever. Esque. You can
Yeah,
always,
right.
once Milo turns, he'll probably emerge from that pit riding the Leviathan and become a world destroyer.
Nah, I would unleash myself. If I'm in command of that bitch, I'm gonna unleash myself on the hellscape.
Hmm.
You know, because
That could
I
also
am
be a
so
world destroyer.
Get in some practice rounds with the lava demons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen to Milo. I think Milo is gonna be just doing his Zen thing for an eternity. You know, keeping a monster in check. You know what I'm saying? So, well, you know, I kind of feel like he's gone. He is gone forever now.
Yeah, I see it that way too, and I see it as like he sort of is a necessary part of that trap now. Like he's part of that prison situation. Like he's part of that ecosystem, and it's like his sort of Zen mentality there is part of what's keeping it all together.
Awesome.
But okay, we'll talk more about your character, Archibald, and we will
Okay.
And next week, what would you guys like to do? Are we going back to St. Louis?
I think we gotta drop the kids off at
Yeah.
the pool.
If-
That's where I was last, after all. So I don't see why
Put
not.
him in the toilet. Sorry.
And real quick, guys, just to review, I
I mean,
got
you've been to East St. Louis, right?
real quick. I got
Really
CL,
shitty.
I got CL, Pierre, Hootie Bear, and I'm just gonna call you Lucian because I don't believe that other name you gave me.
Loomis.
Lucian is fine.
Lucian, Hootie, Pierre, and CL.
I like it.
Okay, and
One of those is actually.
Yeah, we're
believable.
dropping off the kids first thing, and then I think we're just gonna do an exploratory mission and find out the next best step to do.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so Elsie, something about the map when you're in St. Louis, it's almost like it's sort of sends confusing signals as there's all kinds of activity around it. It's almost like it's not clear enough. Sort of a proximity, sort of in this locus of all this extracurricular activity is sort of obscuring to some degree its usefulness. But at a distance, you're able to see that there's a whole bunch of things in St. Louis.
Okay.
Activity in the beyond.
Where did that come from?
I couldn't imagine
I
who.
think it's Bonton.
I couldn't imagine Hootie.
I'm not purple.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
All right, everybody, and so we'll see you next time. Oh, and there will be saving of children, and
Getting them back to their homes.
yeah, there's going to be a little tiny bit of an issue with their strange skin afflictions, and
It's like, here,
Appetite.
orphanage, please take these like diseased kids. Will you? Like, I don't know.
I don't
they
think
also
taking
may or
them
may
to
not
St.
have
Louis is the
strange
best thing.
appetite.
Because if anybody's going to take care of like crazy, weird demon babies, I think it's the natives.
Well, then we
Potentially,
need
yeah.
to take them back to where we'll drop the. Well, we can't take the native kids into St. Louis because the native kids will just get eaten or whatever. We can take
What?
them to the native. Like the Irish babies. Remember?
And Elsie, the shaman was someone revered by the natives who was protecting these children, and he also imbued you with something of his power. So as the idea to take the children to the natives pops up, that does seem like what the shaman would have wanted. to you.
Let us do that. Let us first take the native children back and then see how to distribute the others.
Distribute the children.
Yeah.
Eight children.
Yep.
Excellent.
I like this one though. Maybe they can stay with us, and I stroke the little baby.
Oh no, now we got a cricket and a baby.
Cricket and the
Where
Baby,
is my
that's a country
cricket?
song.
This little baby like falls asleep right up against your neck, and he's just,
Oh, I look over and I make sure Tuffy's still made it.
oh yeah, Tuffy. He starts tweeting happily. Chirp 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 chirp.
I pick Tuffy up and put him on the baby.
Yeah, when the baby like sort of grunts and like wiggles a little, he gives him a little chirp 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 chirp, and the baby falls asleep again to the beautiful lullaby.
Love it.
Lullaby. Cute.
Ivy, update your character name to Baldy McBaldface.
No, that's not happening,
How
brother.
about
Wait, are
Archie
these
Baldy
permanent character name
McBaldface?
changes? Or are these just like temporary relying to you? These are our names.
Wow.
I know we can change the names. We can also change the images and everything.
Oh,
All right, well,
that's fun.
Linus needs to get out of here. He's got shit to do.
All right.
Linus?
I
Linus?
thought it was
Your name
Lucian.
is changed.
Bye.
All
Bye,
right.
Linus.
All right, guys.
All right. Night, everybody, and
Night.
we
All right.
will see you next time.
Great
Later
game.
on,
Bye, guys. See
All
ya.
right. See you guys.